with a beautifully caramelized brown crust and soft and spongy crumbs. This sourdough sandwich bread loaf is my go-to bread recipe for making sandwiches, toast, and also to dunk in soups. If you are a beginner in the field of using sourdough starter, then trust me, this is the only recipe you need to try now. Onto your mixing bowl, add in warm milk, and to that we will add in the butter, mix it through. Next in goes the active and bubbly sourdough starter, mix that as well. Now each recipe calls for different amount of active starter. So how to feed your starter and how to build up the leaven, I have covered all those points in detail on the blog post which I'll link in the description box below. And if you would like to know how to feed for any recipe, then I have a separate video explaining all the tips and bits in step-by-step format. So you can refer to that video as well. All the links are given in the description box below. If you are watching one of our videos for the very first time, then I would love to have you guys on board. Please do consider subscribing and also hit the bell icon to receive instant updates as I post new videos on baking and desserts every single week. So once the starter is thoroughly mixed, it's time to add in the flour followed by sugar and salt. Now even though I'm adding the flour in batches in this particular video here, but I have tried this recipe a couple of times and sometimes I dumped in all the flour together and sometimes I did it this way. So it really doesn't matter. You can add all the flour too at one time. There's no need to add it in batches. Just add in all the dry ingredients and combine everything until it comes together as a dough. There is absolutely no need to knead the dough. Once combined, simply transfer it onto a worktop that is just lightly dusted with some flour. Remember, the more the hydration, that is more the moist and wet your dough is, the better your bread would be. So you do not want to add too much of dry flour at this stage. And then since we are not kneading the bread, what we will be doing is simply lifting the dough and stamping it or thumping it onto your workboard. Lifting your dough and simply stamping or thumping it on your worktop until you get a soft and supple dough. It would be quite sticky to begin with, but just keep going, and if need be you can sprinkle some flour onto your spatula. So not much, just a bit, and a couple of times, say around 2 to 3 times, that's it. So yes, we will be doing this step for say around 3 to 4 minutes until you will literally see the difference in your dough. It would become much smoother, supple, and easier to handle. So it would be sticky even then, but still quite easy to handle. You will literally feel the difference and then place it into a bowl and forget for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, let us start the slap and fold technique. For that, do wet your hands a bit as it becomes easier to handle the dough with wet hands. You might have seen this in our ciabatta bread recipe too. So coming to the technique, simply lift the dough from the end away from you and then fold it over to the center again. Repeat this on all the 4 sides, then forget for 30 minutes. What this slap and fold technique does is it helps to build the gluten structure in the dough. In between, if you feel that the dough is sticking way too much to your hands, you can always go back and wet your hands, come and do the folding method. This being the first slap and fold, I am taking it a bit slow here and showing you guys all the details. So after folding on all 4 sides, I like to give the dough a bit of a shape here and put it to rest. You don't have to do it. It is just something that I like. Shaping the dough is my favorite part while making any sourdough breads. So put it into the bowl and forget for another 30 minutes. We will be doing this slap and fold technique for a total of 4 times in an interval of 30 minutes. So this is our second time folding the dough. I have simply speeded up the process while editing here so that I can provide you guys value for your time. Now I understand that it becomes difficult to keep track of things while making a sourdough bread, and hence I have made this checklist that you can download from my site, and that way one can be sure of not missing any steps. So after the fourth and final folding technique, we will let it rest for 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. And then after 1 hour, take it out onto your worktop, and now we will start with our shaping method. So this stage is called as pre-shaping. In this stage, we try to build tension in the dough, which would help the bread rise while baking. Oh my god, what has happened to me today? So yeah, anyway, so how do you build the tension? It is simple. You push the dough away from you and then pull it towards you. So this push and pulling technique, push, pull. So this push and pulling technique will create the tension in the dough. Just keep a tab of how we had started, and by towards the end when I finish this, you can literally feel that the dough would be super tight and it would be so smooth on top. You will be amazed to see. Again, you might feel that this video is quite slow, but I just wanted to show each and every step clearly to you guys because it is difficult to understand other ways. So see how smooth, soft and supple. You can literally make it out from the video, I believe. Let me know about your thoughts in the comments below. We will then let it rest for 15 minutes. After that, shape it out into a rectangle and from one end start rolling it and give it a log shape. Now I lost the actual video footage, so I had to reshoot this particular section, but by that time it was late in the night and I couldn't do a proper video for you guys, but at least I'm happy that I'm able to show you guys the required steps here. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm really sorry about that. So shape it into a log and then we will transfer it into our bread pan. The recipe that I have shared today with you all is 70% hydrated dough. You can try this bread with 68% hydration, and when I repeated this bread to take this particular shaping footage, I made it with 75%, and hence you can see that the dough feels little sticky here, right? But still manageable and yields a far better bread. So you can read more about the baker's percentage from the blog post. I will leave a link for the same in the description box below. Grease the baking pan with some oil or butter before transferring the dough into it for final proofing. The bread pan that I am using here is a standard bread loaf tin, which is 9 by 5 inches in size. I won't be able to give you a set time for the final proofing stage here because it depends on various factors like how much starter you have used, as each starter is different, the temperature of water, climatic and weather conditions, etc. So keep a tab on the dough. It should rise till the brim. That is what you are after. It took me nearly 4 hours for the dough to reach that stage. Once proofed, bake it in a preheated oven of 180 degrees Celsius for around 35 to 45 minutes until the crust is golden brown and the bottom sounds hollow. Once out of the oven, brush it with some butter so that the top remains soft, and also it adds a nice shiny glossy look to the bread. Allow it to cool completely and then just enjoy. You will be surprised to see how soft this bread turns out to be. It is one of the best breads I have made, and research shows that breads made using sourdough starter is much healthier to even the whole wheat ones that you can buy in the stores nearby you. So I will leave all those links in the description box below if you would like to read more about it. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing all your pictures with me on Instagram. It was such a delight to watch all the mango malai cake that you guys have made. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please do hit that like button, share it with your friends and family. Comment below and let me know, have you guys started with your sourdough starter yet? If not, then why not, guys? Just go for it. I'll see you soon in my next one. Until then, this is Sushma signing off. Take care. Bye bye.